Hi, in the first video we have created our first ABAP program using the ABAP editor in SE38, and we have right on the screen my first ABAP program. So in continuation to that, we'll add some more detail, we'll print some more character string on the ABAP screen. So this time instead of SE38 we'll go to AC80. So enter transaction code as AC80, AC80. Now here by default my program name is there. If it is not there, then you have to select from this drop box the program, because there are different objects are there like package, function group, function model, classes, etc. So for program, select program, enter the name and click on display. This gives the hierarchical structure of the program, as we have already created one transaction code that also we can see inside this. So double click here. So you can see the complete navigation from here, and from here also you can see the editor like SE38. Just click on this icon, that is full screen on off. So you can see the same screen. Again, if you want to see the hierarchical form, click on this. Now this time we'll see how to write the multiple write statement, how to print on a new line, then we'll see how we can add the comment, then positioning of the write statement, and how to add a vertical and horizontal line. So I want to comment this previous write statement. So for adding any comment, just at the first letter, very first letter, type star. So type star, the whole line will get comment. Second option for commenting is, instead of this, suppose after this syntax, if you want to add comment, just add a double quote and write this is a comment. So in this case, system will execute this particular part, and this comment will be as it is. Let me show you. Save and activate, execute. Okay, so this is coming title bar actually. This is not so you can see it is writing display, and instead of double quote, if you type star at the beginning, this will make the whole program as comment, and this will not print this text. Even if I am executing, it is not printing anything. Okay, because I comment a complete line. So in this way we can add the comment either by star at the first place, or at the last we can add the double quote. Now let's write the new character string. Write. Let's say I want to print a list of consultants, so writing as name. And to print a second character string, press enter the comma here. Once we enter the comma, then we can write the second. Let's say role, and third I want to add email ID, as every line should get completed with a full stop. So I'm adding a full stop here. So I'm writing here write name or role and email ID. Now in second line, I'm writing here let's say name as John, and ending rule as SD consultant, comma, for adding new character string. Again add in a single quote. Let's say I'm adding the email ID as John @ learn SAP.com. Now first I have given a heading, and then I have written a record which I want to print. Save, check, and activate. Now execute as it is. Now if you see here, it is printing all the characters in the same line, all the words it is printing in the same line. But my requirement is on the first row I want to name, role and email ID, and is John as the consultant and email ID should come on the second line. So how to do that? So for printing on the new line, always after this right and the colon, add a backslash. Once we add the backslash, now save and activate. Now you can see the first is my heading and second is my first record. Now similarly, I will add the multiple 2-3 rows in the same. Second option to move to the next line is here we can add skip space and the number of rows we want to skip. Let's say I want to print this after third line, after 3 lines. So I will enter here skip 3, give full stop, activate the program. Again click on direct processing, that is, or press the F8 button. Now you can see system has given 3 blank space. If you want only 1, give the 1, activate and execute. This way also we can add the blank space between 2 lines. Now let's say I want to add second record. To copy this line below as it is, put a cursor here and type Ctrl D. As you type Ctrl D, the same row will get repeated in the next row. You can press at any field on this particular row and just press Ctrl D. This will copy the entire line into new row. Now let's type here, like my second consultant is, let's say, Nikhil, and he is a ABAP consultant, and email ID as Nikhil. In the third row I am adding as, let's say, Vishal, and he is, let's say, FI consultant. Let's say Vishal. Let's add one more. Like this, I am adding multiple rows after the heading line. Control S, check and activate. Execute. Now if you see here, system has printed the header line, my first line, and all the new records are printed one by one. But this is not easily readable, because after finishing the printing of first name, it is directly printing the second name after just giving one space. So how to make this in a properly readable format? For that, we'll make use of this positioning concepts. Okay, so how to do that? Let's say I want to start printing up my first name, that is John. Let's start from here. I want to print at position 5, and then after 20 character I want to print role, and after printing of role I want to print, let's say, my email ID from the position 50. The same we have to add at all places. After this backslash, that is new line, give the position here, and let's say again the second field, that is role, I want to print from the position 20, and the last one I want to print for the position 50. Repeat this for all the rows, that is 5, 20. We are giving position where to print, from where to start printing of that particular word or variable. Say 20 and 50. So before before the string which you want to print, give the position in numbers 5, 10 like this. Save, check and activate. Once we activate, again click on direct processing. So now you can see it is more readable. I have to check why it is not coming here. Oh, because I gave the same position. Let me make it 50. Activate, execute. Now you can see it is easily readable. I can read the name, I can read the role, I can read the email IDs. So in this way we have seen how to write the chain statement, that is multiple write statement, how to print character on new line, how to add a comment, positioning. Now we'll see how to add the vertical and the horizontal lines. Then go back to our program. Let's say I'm adding one comment here. I want to add a comment here as heading, and those are my list of consultants. Okay, now let's add the horizontal line. So for a horizontal line we can type either U line, so you can see the color is blue, that means it is a keyword, or we can write psi-U line. Save and check. Okay, so we have to give U line only. Give a U line here. I want first line before the heading, and after every record I want first to print underline, we can say. Save and activate. Now again executes. Now you can see in a more beautiful way. For every record we have given a lines. Now let's add the vertical lines, like in between each or two column we want to print the vertical line. So how to do that? For adding the vertical line we can use two methods. After our first word where we want to add a vertical line, either we can use a pipe icon from our laptop screen. Always give a comma separated. For separating a two words we have to use the comma here. So for printing a vertical line, either we can use this pipe, we can type pipe word from the keyboard, or second option is, let's say, okay, not here, let's say I want to print this line at the position 20. Okay, and after position 50 I want more vertical line. So this time instead of this pipe I will use other concept that is called as SY-V line. This psi stands for system fields. The vertical line is a system field of the structure SY. We'll understand psi in more detail in the upcoming sessions. So as of now, just understand that for printing a vertical line, either we can add a pipe icon or we can use psi vertical line. And let's say after printing of this either line number 80, I want to give one more closing vertical line. Save and activate. Execute. Now you can see after every word system is giving one vertical line. I will remove this 50. Okay, similarly add this for all the lines, all the rows, so we can see the content in a better way. So we'll add this for all the rows. So I've just added the same code at all the rows. Like after finishing the first, before starting my second word, I have given a vertical line using pipe icon, and then before every new word I have added the vertical line. Okay, save, check and activate. Now execute. Okay, so now you can see it is easily readable and the presentation is also good. At the very first, before this line and positioning, it was not easily readable. So in this way we have seen how to write the chain statements like multiple words on a single line. We have also seen how to print the data on the new line. We have seen how to add a comment, also the positioning of the right statement, and also how can we add the horizontal and vertical line. Those are the very basic program. Before going into the actual ABAP coding with database, first we have to understand the basic concepts, because for making the reports, like reports are also always in the table format. So while making the report, we should know how to separate a field, how to add a distance, how to add a vertical line, how to add a horizontal line. So this all concept will required for the future programming. So in this way we're done with this program learning.